Hello guys, welcome to a new video. Today I'm gonna be showing you builds that you need, top 3 builds that you need. Let's get started. So, build number 1, I'm sure everyone has this by now. Basic striker. Focuses, Seska piece for some crit chance, and all the rest just crit damage, crit chance. These are my stats if you wanna see them. These builds will give you around 1,000,000 damage crit. Remember, I do have some expertise on my gun, so that will give me a little extra. So I will show you right now what you can get. Okay, so you want a ACS to build your striker stacks quicker. I'm just gonna build them real quick. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I have 1,051,000 crits with full stacks. Remember, this is not very realistic because you won't be at full stacks all the time. So what you could do for that is put something like this on. It's very bad, this piece, it's not optimized, but I'll just show you to give you an example. I'm gonna build my strikers again. So here I'm kept at 836, 800,036 on crits, on full stacks. This is a bit more realistic. I do have 16 expertise. I can see real quick if I have a... Here is one without expertise. It is 841, so I wasn't second the other time, but this is more realistic for newer players. Okay, so that's build 1. Going over to build 2. This is a little more difficult to make, but it's for challenging. Even on heroic you can use this and one-shot everything. So let's go over it. This is a bit more complicated than the strikers. So starting off, Hollow Man. This is basically just for anything that has armor, for example a gunner, a changa, things like that, to get your headhunt and your determined back on. So that's the health damage. This piece is pretty difficult to get. If you don't have it, you can run a punch trunk. It'll also work fine. I don't even have headshot on this one. So this one is all weapon handling headshot damage. So piece number 2, backpack. You can take the gift. It's not that much of a difference. It's 1 second between the vigilance being active again after you get hit. Also weapon handling headshot damage. 1 Hesburg piece. It's not even optimized. For this you can also weapon handling headshot damage. Your foxes, fox sprayers, chain killer, and Dodge City. And then obviously you want a 1886, any high damage shotgun. I like Pummel on mine. You can also do Brazen and a Regulus. And then your skills you can take EMP, Scanner, Spotter Drone, whatever you want. And specialization is best with Tech 50. So I can show you right now. Put on my damage numbers so you can see it. So that's 23 million, 22, 23. So that's with Hollow Man. I can switch it out for a punch trunk real quick. This is gonna give you a little less damage, but it's still gonna be able to do everything. Even on Legendary you can use this if you want to. Only the without high expertise, the yellows will be difficult to kill. But for everything heroic and below, that is gonna kill everything you want. So that's with Punch Drunk. So if I go back to my Hollow Man and I put on Turmoil, if you have this, this is great for everything challenging and below. For heroic, this is gonna be worse because your stacks are gonna get harder, your determinant is gonna get harder. So on challenging, this is still fine, but I wouldn't recommend using it anything above. So this is gonna give us 19 million, but I'm killing 2 targets at once. So if you don't have this, it's not a big issue. It is very nice to have, but even without, this build is still great. Then your shotgun you're gonna use for, like, for example, a boss or a chunga that you wanna crack. What you can do is you pull out your shotgun, and then you see here, this is all shotgun damage. So that's some insane damage I got right there. So if you have a enemy that you're not gonna kill with your 1886, you can just pull out your shotgun. Then your Regulus is for, let me control my stacks. For example, if I'm gonna remove Turmoil real quick, you headshot one guy with your Regulus, you switch to 1886, and then you can see on my headhunt it's already full. So then I can just start killing things without having to build stacks. That's where that is for. Okay, so that's build number 2. Here is it again. Okay, and then build number 3 is a Eclipse Protocol build. All status effects, skill haste on the mods. Few variations to this one. This one is with a creeping death backpack. If you don't have the perfect one, then you can just take a normal one. For this file for the extra damage, Eclipse for the spread, Fire Cam, Burn Sticky, Lady Death I use for movement speed. You can take any other weapon I like, one with Future Perfect, and a Sledge Pistol, also not needed but nice to have. This build, how it works, put something on fire, that goes on fire, then that goes on fire, and so on and on. So that's with this backpack. So if you switch it to a Eclipse and your gloves or any other piece like holster and knee pads or gloves to a electric with skill haste status effects, you can do more damage, but there's no initial spread, so you need to kill one enemy before it starts spreading, like you can see. So now it spreads to there, so on. I use um, the firewall specialization on this one for extra burn duration, and you can use the flamethrower for also putting things on fire. You can also use survivalist. Survivalist gives you extra damage. Yeah, that's basically it. It's no difficult builds to make, only the this piece can give you some trouble, and maybe the Hasberg, but if you don't have Hasberg, you can change to contractors. And that's it. So thank you for watching. Have fun with these builds, and see you in the next one.